Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Mo CD Culture Show and Tell. And first thing I want to mention is that you probably noticed that there has been a bit of a difference in the sound of my voice now when I talk and that. And I'm gonna I'll put that down. That's my lunch for going to work, which I will be going in about an hour from now. You might have heard my watch. I want to test something because I think this microphone is not working properly. I think that actually the microphone that's on the computer itself is better, and I want to see if I can't hear this. Just give me a second. That was just a test for my own little endeavor. Because if it's the microphone itself, because it's not plugged in right now, I don't have it plugged in. So I want to see if it's the microphone itself that was causing me some little bit of not grief, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's continue. Now, as you know, I'm going to be ranking my Sparks albums that I have, and this is just an excuse, as you notice, it's an excuse for me to talk about Sparks. I'm always gonna, if any opportunity I can get to talk about Sparks or King Gizzard or even Tool, guaranteed. I Right now those are my three favorite subjects, and much less Tool right now because again I've lived with Tool all pretty much over 30 years. I'm not bored with Tool, but they're taking a back seat right now. I don't really have anything to say about them, and I will be talking more about King Gizzard in the future, but not right now. I want to kind of let that settle a little bit. But yeah, again, a band that really impresses me and that I love everything that I'm hearing. I Again, I've been listening to a lot of Sparks lately, amongst the other stuff amongst the other gifts I've been getting from that I've gotten from Larry Graves. Now, in my ranking, okay, this is not going to count. I cannot put this in my rankings because this would be first place. And how could you put that in the ranking? This is a greatest hits. It's not an actual studio album, so I cannot include that in this ranking. Is it 10 out of 10? Out of the three discs, I tend to play the second disc more than the other ones. I really like it kind of last place would be CD1 because I'm a little more familiar with these songs and that, except for like Trials for the Human Race. I play that one quite a bit, but some of the other songs, well, it's cool because they are remastered, but I play this one the most. I play this one the second most. Just to give you an idea, because yeah, I especially the stuff I don't have on the actual albums. Now my ranking, of course, with the new CDs in there, and I thought about it. I wanted to make sure I've listened to each of the albums uh, at least three times each, but they've been more than that. Each one of these. So all right. So and I have 10 of them. Okay, so it's 10. Is I only have 10, so it's a top 10. Okay, at number 10, at the last place, and it pains me to put it there because it kind of was up a little higher, but it kept on dropping and dropping and dropping as I was listening to the other albums. Not to say that it's bad, okay? I'm still gonna rate it a 8 out of 10, okay? An 8 out of 10. No, even 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. None of these can be lower than 8.5 out of 10. No, no. I really love them all. So what's that 8.5? And the last one? A steady drip, drip, drip. Yeah, that kind of dropped down to the last place. And again, all because of Stravinsky's only hit. Uh, I like parts of it. There are parts of it that's really cool and really interesting, and I like it. But there's a silliness to parts of it that I don't know. I don't know why. I keep bringing that up. That's my biggest turn off from this band is that song. I like when they get more into yeah, I kind of like more when they get into well some of the other stuff. But of course, it still has some strong stuff like All That, I'm Toast, Lawnmower. All the other songs are really good. I mean, I really do love Saint Hood Is Not in Your Future. There's some cool instrumentation, some cool sounds, and the lyrics are awesome. Even Onomatopoeia is awesome. But yeah, but that something had to be last place. So this kind of shot down there, which bumped this up to number 9. It's in ninth place right now because it is growing on me. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. All the rest are 9 out of 10s. Okay, and again, I can't really. It had to be somewhere, and it gets a lot of flack for being their first album in my book. But I understand. I understand it was ahead of their time, and I'm loving it more and more. It is now a 9 out of 10 for sure. I love everything on here. There's not a weak song really for me whatsoever. So yeah, but it had to go somewhere. So it's like, yeah, remember, this is a 9 out of 10, okay? And the next couple here are 9 out of 10s. Yeah, the only reason that I put that at 8.5 is because of Stravinsky's greatest hits. Otherwise, it would have been a 9 out of 10 for all the rest of it. Now, this is at number 8, okay? But I cannot include the bonus stuff because if I include the bonus stuff, it would go higher on the list. Like, so I'm looking at it as a fan that if I would have gotten this album as a fan, throughout your career, and this album came up just with the album, okay, of course, I'm talking about Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violence. And there's and again, a 9 out of 10. But I'm only counting the first disc. This does not count in this ranking whatsoever. So that is why this is at number 8. Again, a 9 out of 10 though. So it's kind of even. It's still even with the. It's still even with Sparks or Half Nelson as you would like to call it. So this yeah. At number 7. And it only dropped down because of newer acquisitions. And so at number 7, unfortunately, I had to put Hippopotamus there. And everything again, this is a 9 out of 10. Everything grew on me for sure because of even the song Hippopotamus, when you put it in perspective of what he's actually talking about, as with the perceive, like again, hint, he's not actually, he's not actually talking about a real hippopotamus in a pool. The pool is a metaphor for something else. So just throw that out there. Again, I want to give a shout out to two wonderful channels that talk about Sparks, and I've learned a lot from them, and they're the two I want to highlight. And again, I'll be putting them down in the pinned to the description below because they're awesome channels. That is Metasparks, and there's Sparks and Entertainment Art and Sparks and Art Entertainment. It's Monty Mullen's channel. I'll leave the links down in the comments below. But yeah, but it grew on me. Even more than before. I mean, there's some great songs. I love Missionary Position. I love Scandinavian Design. I don't know, maybe Giddy Giddy might be my favorite song in here in many ways. But then again, so might be The Amazing Mr. Repeat. Bummer is great. Wish You Were Fun is always good. Yeah, it's a great it's a great album. So I can't, it had to go somewhere. So it's at number 7. And at number 6, and I really want to put this higher. And this is where I'm going to start getting into. I would say, yeah, I would say I'm going to start giving these all 9, like, well, until I get to the 10 point and the 10 out of 10s. Okay, I'm giving this a 9.5. I think for the next two or maybe 3. Yeah. So at the number 6 position, we're going to have Exotic Creatures of the Deep. I love it. I still need to listen to it a couple of more times. And if you know what I have in my collection, you're probably thinking to yourself, what, he hasn't mentioned this yet? You think it would be a little bit lower on the list, but you'll see. But Exotic Creatures of the Deep, that's at number 6. I think it's still great. Take a look at the track listing here. So yesterday I did an interesting little thing. I programmed it where I played the intro and then I came into intro reprise, which is just a few seconds, and then played the rest of the album and then skipping over the intro because I already played it second place. But then I played all the rest in normal. I don't know why, but it just kind of I wanted to hear what it sounded like that way. Because I'm pretty sure that the intro reprise probably finished off side 1 of the LP, of the vinyl. So that's my guess. But that's at number 6. Again, a 9.5. So, that's how much I'm telling you. I'm loving Sparks. They're getting high. They're getting high rankings and ratings. So yeah. So at number 5, and we're getting to the top 5 of the ones I own out of the 10 that I own. At number 5, yes, I am putting, and of course, this is my cover that I constructed for this because, as you know, this was a gift from Larry Graves, and yeah. Yeah, I'm loving. I do love this because I always really loved the Calm Before the Storm, which is probably my favorite song on there. I'm really liking It's a Knockoff. I mean, More Than a Sex Machine is great. Aeroflot, when you understand, I mean, when you go to Aeroflot and then Bullet Train, the contrast between those two, again, watch a Meta Sparks take his little series on this. It goes into depth into like yeah. I'm really pushing Metasparks channel because I super enjoyed it. I thought I think he's dead on. I think his theories of what he thinks these albums and these songs are all about is dead on. And yeah. The more I think about it and the more I listen to these, yeah, I think he's onto something there. 100%, definitely. And so at number 4, let's go with the Hello Young Lovers. Yeah, I tell you, it's because of songs like Perfume, Baby Baby Can I Invade Your Country, Metaphors, Waterproof, Here Kitty, There's No Such Thing as Aliens. Those ones in particular, again, this is a 9.5 out of 10. For sure, for sure. I mean, rock. It's the weakest song on there. Uh, but all the rest, all in all, are pretty solid. I can't really knock them. And again, rock. There's nothing wrong with that song at all. It is good, and I still really like it. But it is the least favorite song on there, and yeah, yeah. But it's still again strong number 4. At number 3. Wow. Yeah, it's celebrating its 20th anniversary. Okay, 20th. Wow, it's not that young. Sorry, 50 years. It's just a little bit younger than me. I celebrated my 53rd a couple of months ago. So this is a little bit younger than me, but awesome, awesome, and there is a great tribute album from that celebrates the 50. It's called Kimono My House 50 years later, and I'm just going. I can't really say much about it. I'm going to direct you right up here in the corner there. I want you to go check out Larry Graves' channel, the Canadian Stud Muffin, where he unboxed him getting some LPs and everything. None of this. He already did his celebration of this. But yeah, he unboxed a couple of LPs and some CDs and all good stuff to celebrate the 50th anniversary of this album. So yeah, I want you to check that out. He'll give you a coupon code, so you can go to the name of the company is Pale Wizard. I wanted to write it down because I didn't want to forget that. So Pale Wizard is the record company that got these metal artists, these heavy metal artists together to do a tribute to the 50th anniversary, the 50 years later of Kimono My House. So please go and check out Larry Graves, but you probably did already. I guarantee you might have probably already went to his channel before coming to mine. And why wouldn't you? Because his channel is fantastic. So yeah, that's why that's a number three, 10 out of 10. The rest are all 10 out of 10s in the top three, of course. But yeah, number two. Yes, the girl is crying in her latte. Every song on there is a banger. I love that it's their latest album and how old they are in doing this and how fresh they still sound and how great they still look for their age. You know, I'm hoping to mature that gracefully when I get older. You know, absolutely. I mean, they still got their full hair. I'm sure they dye their hair. They couldn't, they need to protect their young image, of course. But they still have that young, youthful vibe to them, and and nothing is as good as they say it is my favorite song on here, and then "You Were Meant for Me" is my second favorite song on here, and yeah, it's it's a great album all the way around. Every time I play it, I enjoy it more and more and more, and that's why this is at as number two. And of course, if you know what I have, Process of Elimination, this album, I it tickles me. It really tickles every thing in my body that loves music and what makes music great, and it has some of the funnest stuff I ever heard in music. And yes, we're talking about propaganda. Ah. And it was because the first time I heard that side one is all of side one. Side two is a little weaker, I will admit, but not by much. But not by much. I'm really loving because I always loved "Don't Turn Your Back on" in anger. I always loved never. Wait, all right. Don't leave me alone with her. Is that okay? Yeah. Never turn your back on Mother Earth. That's what I was. thinking of. I don't know. Like I read two lines at the same time and it didn't make any sense. Okay. Yeah, never turn your back on Mother Earth. I always love that. Something for the Girl with Everything is awesome. Achoo is great. It's just the last two is where it starts getting a little like, well, yeah. Well, who don't like kids? I still remember the very first time I heard him sing that, and the way his vocal pronunciation of that sentence still sounds to me like he's saying, "Who's got my keys?" or who took my keys?" or "Who took my keys?" or "Who took my keys?" But that's not what he's saying. He's saying, "Who don't like kids?" But I still can't help but hear, "Who took my keys?" That's just me. But yeah, those that first sigh, especially at home, at work, at play, reinforcements, and BC. And even the next song after that, thanks but no thanks, and don't leave me. Yeah, it's such a great album. Yeah, that's why it's at the number one spot. Even though I have heard many other Sparks albums in their entirety on YouTube, not on Spotify, but on YouTube. And yeah, I'm loving them. I'm loving them, and I want to get them all. Like when it comes, like I will have to honestly say, all this disco stuff that I've heard that Sparks done, it's my favorite disco stuff out there. I love it more than what Kiss did. I love it more than what than the Bee Gees or any other. Yeah, I think they really nailed disco in the best way. It's my favorite type of disco. Is from Sparks. Yeah, that's why I had to order Number One in Heaven. I had to order that because yeah, there's some great stuff on that, and I need to get it. And so that's it. That's my ranking and ratings of those albums. And like I said, I could not include this. Like right now, what's in my player? It's that first disc. I was playing that first disc. It was mostly for because I really want to play Get in the Swing in the future. Looks. I want to hold your hand, big boy. And then I kind of fast forward a couple of the other tracks because I didn't, time limits. So I wanted to listen to Trials for the Human Race. And it's still in there because I actually want to hear that again. Because, yeah, it's so awesome. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to let you go. It's already past the 20-minute mark. A little bit longer than I was expecting or hoping for. But I'm going to let you go. And I love you all out there. Everybody, no matter who you are and where you're from. I love you all. So, everybody, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace.